Take a look at this headline from the Wall Street Journal. Has the U.S. economy reached a tipping point? Former CEO of CKE Restaurants, Andy Puzder, joins me now. All right, Andy, let's lay this all out. Fast food restaurants are bringing back value meals. Demand for Disney's theme parks is weakening, and the latest jobs report shows a softening labor market. Are we at the tipping point of a recession, towards recession?
Well, yeah, as you know, about 2/3 of our economic growth depends on the consumer. And the consumer, because of the past 3.5, 4 years, the inflationary trends, having been told that inflation was going to be transitory, so they weren't very worried about it. People have exhausted their savings accounts. We've seen credit card debt as high as it's ever been, and credit card defaults are way up. Auto loan defaults are way up. Now, last time I was on the show, we talked about 78% of Americans viewing a fast food restaurant purchase, a purchase at McDonald's, for example, as a luxury purchase. There was a report the other day from Credit Karma that said that 50% of parents are going to be cutting back on essentials this year to get school supplies for their kids. So the American consumer is in bad shape. The attitude is bad. Their confidence that going forward, we're going to get back to where we were, say, pre-pandemic, back to 2019's kind of glowing economy. I think those dreams are beginning to fade and people are cutting back.
I want to take you back 30 years and show you some of the Democrat Party's platform. This is from 1992. The number one priority was growing jobs in the economy. They rejected the idea of big government and the idea of taxing and spending a way to prosperity. They promoted free enterprise. They also called to cut non-productive federal programs. Andy, those sound a lot like what the Democrats are now calling MAGA. The Democrats have really changed a lot over the last 30 years, haven't they?
Yeah, well, you think back to Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton stood up in 1996 and said the era of big government is over. He cut back regulations on banks. He cut capital gains taxes, worked with Newt Gingrich to balance the budget. Those are all things that today you would consider Republican. You wouldn't consider Bill Clinton's economic policies to be Democrat policies at all. And there has been a huge switch. I think the American consumer is feeling the results of that switch. We're not heading for a very soft landing if we're going to have a soft landing at all. We've got 39 months with inflation over 3%. We've got the dollar is worth 25% less than it was 4 years ago. We got a lot of ground to make up. We need those good free market economic policies we had back in the Trump administration to get this economy back on track. And I think voters are going to recognize that.
I do hope so. Andy Puzder, thanks for joining us. Always good to see you again later.